All right. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rainey, the mayor of the great city of Peekskill. I'm here with my partner, Andy Stewart, the city manager of the city of Peekskill, with our weekly update. Today is Thursday. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Feliz Cinco de Mayo to everyone out there. Be safe, be cautious. And I'm looking forward to sharing some more information with you as well this afternoon. Last week, I asked Andy to start it off. So this week, I'll take the bull by the horn. So first thing I wanted to inform the people is we had a wonderful phone call, Zoom meeting last Thursday, with HRH Care, just trying to give people some more information on facts on how the city of Peekskill is collaborating with HRH Care on how we're dealing with the actual COVID-19 in the city of Peekskill, and how HRH Care is also dealing with it globally, and how the first responders are dealing with the crisis in our neighborhood. So please check out that information. You can go to HRH Care's Facebook page, and you can actually watch the video to get some factual information on testing, on symptoms, and how to prepare yourself to keep yourself from getting receiving the actual virus, and what to do if you believe you also have the virus. So please take a look at that information. It's on the HRH Care's Facebook page. Maybe I'll just take it over. I keep getting these tongue twisters.
just to follow up on that, Mayor, and to mention as well, the Spanish language version of that health panel featuring the chief medical officer and others from HRH is going to be done this Thursday at 1.
Yeah.
And so it's Facebook Live. So if you know folks who are more comfortable in Spanish and would like to get updated information about the coronavirus and testing, antibody testing, and so on, questions about if women who are pregnant and their particular concerns, all these issues are really covered very nicely in HRH Care's video conference on this, and it'll be in Spanish language this coming Thursday. You can just check their Facebook page to actually log on to that. So it's a great service.
Thank you so much for adding that. Yeah, I definitely don't want to forget that. So this Thursday, please check it out. But again, for those of you who may have missed it, the information, the link is on HRH Care's Facebook page, so you can definitely watch it. Please share with all of your family and friends, just so they can have an idea of what's happening. So one thing I wanted to mention is the city followed suit with the county executive, as well as the state governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, on lowering our flags. A lot of people were asking why the flags were lowered in the city of Peekskill. We lowered our flags just in recognition of those who have passed away due to the COVID virus in New York State, not specifically just Peekskill, if any in Peekskill, but as a whole, with the amount of people that we've lost in the state of New York due to the COVID virus. The governor had asked all municipalities to lower their flags in recognition for those that we've lost and their families as they deal with these challenging times.
Just noting on that, you mentioned the governor and the county, where so much of the leadership that we're depending on is coming from scales above the local level. Particularly nice to see our county executive, George Latimer, and also Colin Smith, our county legislator, as well as the police chief and Deputy Mayor Vivian McKenzie, all at City Hall last week to receive 3,000 cloth masks, which I know the mayor and others are distributing to, through food pantries, to seniors, to folks who need them, who are who are essential workers. And it's nice. I'd like to report as well that the Chamber of Commerce, Deb Malone, has been helpful with that. Trying to get these masks, which are intended not just for city essential workers, but also for people who need them in the community. So those distributions are underway. The bulk of them are going to go out through the food pantry system, and also to the small businesses that have customer service, and they can talk to the chamber about getting a few masks for their employees. Okay, yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that. We've also we're also thankful there are so many different organizations in the city of Peekskill that are offering free food distributions and collaborating with Feeding Westchester. So there's food distributions almost every day of the week. There's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Peekskill Community Action Program did it last Friday in collaboration with the city of Peekskill. Mount Lebanon Baptist Church does it every Friday as well. Fred's Food Pantry Saturday and Wednesdays now as well. And Chappie Mans is also doing it with the Rotary Club as well. So check out our city website for that information.
We try to keep it updated as often as possible so people know exactly where to go to pick up this food that these wonderful organizations that volunteered their time to distribute to make sure our community is fed and nobody goes hungry. I just wanted to add real quick that there hasn't been an actual plan set for the reopening of the city of Peekskill. However, that we are working towards having our farmers market open on schedule this year in June. We're working out some kinks right now, but we're hoping that this will be open this year in June. So again, we're going to be promoting and asking everybody to be mindful of social distancing, masks, keeping your hands clean, washed, warm, and sanitized at all times. And more information will be coming on this very soon. So we'll be posting this as well on our city website, city government channel, and city social media page.
Yeah, I just wanted to note, as the mayor mentioned this, the whole question of which businesses can open and which activities can take place is being decided at the state level with guidance from the CDC and also the health departments. And so, we don't know when a certain sector of business will be open. The farmers market was considered an essential function, and just like a supermarket, we're allowed to stay open. Of course, it's seasonal, so we're getting ready for that now. I want to give credit to the Business Improvement District, especially the market coordinator and others who have come to make that market such an institution in Peekskill for so many years. It's really a wonderful thing. But these kinds of decisions about opening are made at the state level, and we try to plan effectively, but not knowing when the opening will occur. One of the things that the Business Improvement District and others are talking about is maybe there's ways that we can better enable when the restaurants are allowed to open, but if, for example, they're allowed to only have maybe 50% capacity, is what can we do to provide for more sidewalk and outside dining opportunities. So these are the kinds of things that are under discussion and all across the country, really, as places look to reopen. How exactly to do that while maintaining social distancing and other ways of protecting health. And we're going to see a lot of work on that in the coming weeks and months, trying to figure out how to run recreational programs, how to manage facilities. Even in City Hall itself, we may be in a situation where folks, when they're coming in, will be required to have a mask on, and other kinds of rules that would be set by the state and the county that will be for the protection of everybody's health. So this whole question of opening really is high in our minds and remains to be figured out.
Right, and you're 100% right, and it's very necessary. And as many of you may or may not know, in the city of Peekskill, we've accumulated to a little over 600 positive tested cases. So it's very important that the message of social distancing stays, and everybody complies and understands. Though the information states 600 cases people have been tested with positive cases, it doesn't necessarily tell us how many of those 600 people have actually recovered. So be mindful of the number, but there are a lot of people who are making it through, and we're keeping them all in our hearts and their family and friends as well. And which is also part of the reason why we're on these weekly phone calls. We're working with HRH Care, working with the school district, the youth bureau, Parks and Rec. We also have a weekly stakeholders call moderated by Councilwoman Agudelo, and the efforts of keeping in contact with the county and working with the Department of Health, and exactly what the city of Peekskill can do to keep our residents and family and friends safe. So again, all of the information that we get from all of these meetings will be posted on our city website.
I just wanted to mention that that the corona health crisis really has had a dramatic impact on the city budget itself. And this is with full understanding that it's been tough on household budgets. People have lost jobs, businesses have closed. There's a lot of stress and difficulty across the spectrum. And this is true for the city organization too. The projected budget shortfall for 2020 is in the neighborhood of $3.5 million. And this is similar to municipalities across the state and in the metro region. So we're looking at ways of addressing that, which you'll find out more about as we go along. But I wanted to mention that just so people know. Just for example, parking revenues in the city, between the meters and the fines and other kinds of things, come in around $60,000 or $70,000 a month in many months. We're down to almost zero because of the lack of activity and because of the decision under emergency order to not enforce the meters in the downtown area, because it didn't make sense to at this time when the courts are closed, and we don't want to put pressure on people. So just to have a sense of that, and there's of course so many things that people need to do. Importantly, just remember, since we do have a recycling system and there is a weekly pickup, and that's going forward as it should, that every ton of material that takes out of the garbage stream and goes into recycling. If you're looking at a milk carton or a tin can or a piece of plastic or aluminum, and you're thinking to yourself, do I want to take the time to recycle this? Just know that that's good for the city budget and good for the environment. It costs about $29 a ton to dispose of trash. It's much less for recycling. And so the more that we recycle, it's actually good for the environment and good for the city budget. And it's a good way to role model sustainability. So I just want to encourage city residents to do that.
Beautiful. And I just want to add on to that too. Many of the communities, worldwide are figuring out ways to show appreciation to our first responders once this pandemic is over. But the best way to show your appreciation to your first responders right now is, 1, practice social distancing. 2, keep your mask, wear your mask. Keep your gloves, wear your gloves, wash your hands, sanitize your hands. And one of the most important ones to me is continuing to avoid littering. We understand that people are getting tired. They're wearing masks everywhere they go. They have to wear gloves every time they touch something or they go to the ATM machine. If you really appreciate your first responders, your DPW workers, your nurses, if you really appreciate all of these people, the way to show that to them now is practice what they're asking us, ladies and gentlemen. Social distancing. Throwing your garbage in the actual garbage. As the city manager just mentioned, recycling. Please continue to do so. Don't allow the COVID virus to make you get lazy on how you take care of your earth, especially in the city of Peekskill. We're better than that. We know that. So please continue to follow suit. And I just want to also give a special shout out to the school district for their work. They've been collaborating with the city of Peekskill, with the Youth Bureau, and other organizations in the city to prepare the students for graduation and other things. So I thank you for that. Tomorrow, which is May 6th, some of you may catch this before then. But for those of you who do catch this before May 6th, the Peekskill City School District is hosting a citywide parade where all of the staff, teachers of the city of Peekskill School District will be driving through different areas in town to just to wave at the people at home, just so the teachers can show the people and the families and the children how much they actually miss them. And the city of Peekskill is collaborating with them. We're going to be a part of that parade as well. We look forward to being out there. But just another small effort that the city's doing, which makes a big impact on the community by just showing that we still care, we still keeping our children in mind. So be on the lookout for that. So if you see about 104 cars driving in your area tomorrow, just look out your window and wave if you can.
Thank you so much, Mayor. We've hit about the 11-minute mark, so we should probably wrap up.
All right, sounds good. So last but not least, I just want to say, again, check the city website for more information. Please continue to practice social distancing. If for any reason you must go outside or go anywhere, please wear your mask. If you must go outside or go anywhere, always wash your hands, always sanitize your hands as best as you can, especially if you have to do anything outside of your home. When you're at home, clean off all of your surfaces. And last but not least, Feliz Cinco de Mayo, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. God bless one of the greatest cities on earth, Peekskill, New York.
Thank you.